there's nothing to it. I thought, what can you do? There's a bong sitting there, Mum and Dad smoke it, so good. It wasn't until I started going to school and I realised that I was a little bit different than anyone else, because not everyone grows up with a bong sitting under the coffee table. Not everyone grows up with drugs and amphetamines in the house. Not everyone thinks that that's normal, and I began to realise that's not normal. But at the end of the day, I was so caught up in it already. By the time I was 12 years old, I was already binge drinking. I was already an alcoholic. I was already getting blind, rotten, drunk. Age of 14, was introduced to marijuana, and from there it just opened up to more and more drugs. But the reality is I went down that path. There was a time I felt like killing myself. A time I felt like taking my own life. But here's the deal. No one ever preached the gospel to me. No one ever told me about Jesus. But I knew in my heart that if I was to kill myself, I was going to wake up in hell. It's just the reality of it. And so as much as I wanted to take my own life, I couldn't. I was caught and trapped in this prison, spiraling downhill in depression and suicidal tendencies, drug addiction and anxiety. And I didn't know how to break free. I was in a prison and I didn't know how to break free. I couldn't end my life because I knew that wasn't the answer, but I didn't know what the answer was. Till this one day I was at work for the dole. And here's this Torres Strait Islander playing his guitar at lunchtime, worshiping Jesus Christ. I looked at him and I thought, you, my friend, are a dropkick. Amen. I looked at him and I thought, you're a tripper. If that's what a Christian is, I want nothing to do with it. And so I paid him out, but he was rapping as well. He's rapping about Jesus. I was rapping about everything else but Jesus. And one day we're just sharing rhymes together at lunchtime at work for the dole, building bikes for disabled children. And he begins to preach the gospel to me and tell me about Jesus Christ who came and died and hung on a cross for my sins. He said, have you ever given your life to Jesus before? I said, I don't even know what that means. And he said, why don't we go down to the park at lunchtime? I'll lead you in a prayer and pray to Jesus. Here's the deal. See, I believed in God, and I used to pray this religious prayer every single night, word for word, unless I'd been too sinful that day and I decided I wasn't going to pray it. And so the thing is, I'd never spoken to Jesus personally. I'd never reached out to Jesus Christ. I prayed to God, but God was somewhere on the other side of Mars to me. God meant nothing to me. And this one day he told me about the love of God that came to the earth, that God's not just somewhere on the other side of Mars, but God came down to earth in the person of Jesus Christ to testify of what love looks like. See, I realized my whole life I've been searching for love. And guess what? God is love. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of bad things going on in the world. People point the finger at God and say, God's so good, then how come the world's so bad? And let me tell you something. There's such a thing as the devil. There's such a thing as man's willful decision to turn away from God and be rebellious. Why do bad things happen? Because there's bad people in the world. And here's the good news, that Jesus Christ came into the world to save bad people, just like me. This guy told me about Jesus Christ, this Torres Strait Islander who had spent 2 years in prison for beating police officers. And somewhere along the line when he got out, he cried out to Jesus and God radically changed his life. And he told me about that same love. So I went down to that park and I prayed to Jesus for the first time. Let me tell you something, nothing happened. Nothing happened, except I felt this overwhelming peace, but at the end of the day, nothing happened. But let me tell you something else. 9 days later, I had an encounter with God that changed my life forever. I had an encounter with a supernatural, loving God. And I'm telling you something, all of a sudden, for the first time in my life, I felt like I knew the way I'd been living was wrong. I felt convicted of what the Bible calls sin. I had this condition in my heart that was in rebellion to God. And God himself appeared to me. God himself by his Spirit came upon me. And he convicted me of my sin. I just wept. I cried like a baby. I couldn't stop crying. I was 20 years old. That was 10 years ago. And my life's never been the same since. Within 2 weeks of that experience, I was totally drug and alcohol free. Totally set free. There was a hatred inside of me. I hated my life. I hated my parents. I hated what life had done to me. But that day, something happened. The love of God was poured in my heart. I'm telling you the truth. I've never been the same since. Jesus Christ set me free. He's not just some dude who's written in a book called the Bible. He's someone who's real. He's alive from the dead, and he's saving sinners to this day. The same works he did 2,000 years ago are the same works he's doing right here, even in this place tonight.